I am the collective. I speak for all. This is a time for this human race to consider its relevance to this planet in which it lives. For you, look at yourselves as Earth's great occupants. You consider yourselves the almighty occupants of this great planet. Your relevance here is insignificant. Your relevance is destroying this planet and yourselves. You consider yourselves intellectuals. Look at what is going on within your species now. You are greed-driven. You are ego-driven. Is this where you got the word ego as Earth's great occupants? I, the collective, say you are nothing but selfish, self-righteous, concerned only for your own personal well-being. This will get you only to your end, your own demise. As I have stated before, for the collective, in order for this species to continue to exist, you, this human race, must cooperate with one another. Have compassion for one another. Show that you are a caring species. I say, amongst those of other worlds, you are the cosmic joke. You are the great joke of this cosmos. Others look at you and laugh, for you thrive on the defeat of others. You thrive on the demise of self-esteem. You thrive for self, for the self is all you are concerned about. I say to you that this is a mindset that will cause your demise, and you are in the progress now of doing so. You must take a collective attitude in order to continue your existence as a species on this planet. You use resources like they're being replenished constantly. They are not. You poison this planet faster than it can heal itself. Is this the responsible human attitude? I say, you do not know responsibility. You have not reached a level of understanding of the word responsibility. You, this human race, this species of yours, is selfish and inconsiderate. You do not care, and that is your downfall. It's always, look what happened to the other person. What happens when it is you that this happens to? Now you are the other person. What then will you say? What then will you believe or do? I say this is to be considered because you are not immune to what is coming before you. You are in a time where you will not understand the ramifications of your actions. You do not understand what is coming before you. You are having what you call earthquakes. You are having greater catastrophic storms. Major national and natural events are taking place right before you, and you do not heed the warnings. I, the collective, say that we are embarrassed to even see you as a species here on this world. To have emotion for others is the importance of our existence. We are a collective. We exist for the collective. When we had your form, we're responsible for the resources in which we used. But since we, in your term, your word, ascended to a higher level of being, these resources are no longer viable for our existence. You, as a human species, must understand that you cannot continue to take and take from this planet or from one another. Your monetary system is on the verge of collapse. It is just a matter of time, and within the next decade, your monetary system will be worthless. You laugh with your infantile intelligence. You laugh at what I say. You have your moment now. But when the event occurs, then what will you do? What will you do when there is no monetary system and you are forced to rely on each other for your own existence? You have not and will not heed my words, the words of the collective that I speak. You will not heed them until you have to, until it is too late. Then you will say, we should have listened to this one. That is easy to say now. But you, as a species, you do not care nothing about one another, but how much money, how much possessions the other person has. This is a time to put your possessions aside and your monetary gain. You use and take more than you need. You need little to exist and sustain yourselves. It is more than just existence. The collective understands this, but it is the means in which you use these resources. You, as a species, throw them away and do not consider how they can be reused. For there is limited resources left for this planet. And when that occurs, when that resource runs out, this planet will begin to shake to such an extent that it will start the demise of this human species. For I speak for all. The collective has seen this on other worlds, and these other worlds, some have died, some have thrived. It is the change of your mind, your social change, that brings forth your existence or extinction. You live for this moment, and this moment is all you see, is all this human species is caring about, is this moment. You do not look into your future. You do not see what is to come. You only care about monetary gain and wealth. That is all that I can say about this. I am GahNon, Keeper of the Light. I have come to say that the collective knows what they are speaking of. I see this human race dissolving before me. I take this that the collective says as truths as this human race should. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say that this is a time that you must heed. For what will it take for your eyes to open and see what is before you, what is coming? Look at the natural disasters that have occurred. Look at the earthquakes. Look at your nuclear power that you are so proud of. It is starting to affect the health of all this planet's food sources. All of this planet's resources are in jeopardy through your own making of nuclear power. Look at the light. Look at the light that shines down on you. See this light. You call it sunlight. Look at the resources in which it is available, which are made available by this light. But you are so content, so persistent on continuing your fossil fuel, your carbon fuels that pollute this atmosphere, pollute this earth, pollute the bodies and the food sources of your world. You, as a human race, you do not care about this world. I see all above you. The collective has spoke the truths that are before you. You, as this human species, you do not heed. You do not care. But there are a few of you that are there. There are a few of you who care that this earth is being exhausted, but your numbers are not great enough to have an impact. You must increase the numbers of those who believe that this earth is dying. The light will go dim on you if you continue the path in which you are following. This human species has the ability to use light to use wind, to use your oceans for energy and food. But you are too busy polluting them, making them unusable for a food source. You, as this human species, human race, whatever you care to call yourselves, you are on the verge of extinction. The sun, your light source, your life source, is going to cause major interruption to your communication, to your electronics, to your electrical grid. Within the next 2 of your years, this will occur. It will occur on such a scale that you, this human race, will be incapacitated. You will not know what to do because you are so dependent upon these electrical and electronic devices in which you are so proud of. They are just a distraction for what you should be doing. These electrical advancements that you are so proud of. This electrical technology that you create is nothing but a distraction to your mental intellect. Your mental intellect is degrading for each generation that comes in. Your intellect is diminishing. Look at what your intellect is now. Is it really increasing, or has it been degraded to such a degree that you do not realize what has happened? You are so preoccupied, as the collective has said and stated many times, which you do not heed by the political ramifications in which are going on your planet. You are warring. Why? Why must you war? Cannot you live together? Cannot you be one as a human species? You must bring your thoughts together as one, as the collective has said. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say that you, as a species upon this planet Earth, you are shameful. You are one species that will not exist over the next millennia if you do not continue a collective mindset and work with your resources, work with other human resources, use each other's abilities to gain your own advancements as a whole, as a human species. You must see what it is that we speak of. I, GahNon, speak of this, and the collective speaks of this. Who must speak before you as a human species for you to understand what we are saying? You look to your religious leaders. You look to your political leaders. You look to your world leaders. Who are they? Have you looked at them to see who they are, what they are, who they stand for, what they stand for? No, you have not. Otherwise, you would have taken the collective attitude long before this. You care not about what they do because you are too busy taking care of your own selfish needs, your own selfish greeds. Look at the words. Listen to the words that I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, have said. Laugh, if you will, for I care not. This is a time for you to open your eyes, to open your mind, and see what it is that is before you, the resources that are being depleted, the world, the earth that is being destroyed. You are the only species that I have come across, this human species that is set on being self-destructive. You cut down your oxygen sources for this planet. You pollute your atmosphere with carbons. This is a funny matter to me. I cannot understand why you do this. You are choking yourselves. You are cutting off your own life source. I do not understand your rationale for this. Any other species that I, GahNon, have met does what is needed to preserve its species. But you are bent on destroying yourselves. Why? Can you explain to one another why you wish to do this? For you were not designed to do this. You were designed for self-preservation as a species, as this human species on this planet. You were put here to preserve and advance intellectually and advance physically into other forms of energy. You were given this carbon form to learn through, to reach a higher plane of existence. And once this carbon form is exhausted, you were to be ready to ascend to a level as the collective is now. But you put yourselves in a position where this cannot happen. For you are set on destroying yourselves. You're destroying this human race. And your existence is limited on this planet if you do not change your mindset to a collective attitude and start looking out and caring for your own human. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say that you, as a race, are on your way to destruction, but you are too blind to see it. That is all I have to say.